More than 13,000 migrants living in Chicago shelters are facing eviction right now and pressure to secure housing and employment in the weeks ahead. The lack of rental aid and work permits means that many of the migrants will likely fail to transition out, and they could end up out on the streets, homeless or crowding other shelters. Alderman of the 15th Ward of Chicago, Raymond Lopez, is with us this morning. I thank you for your time. Describe the situation right now in your ward.
Well, my ward, good morning, has one of the shelters that migrants are living in. We have 400, even though the city promised to only put about 200 in there. And we've already passed the 6-month mark with no end in sight. To be perfectly clear, the Johnson administration does not have a plan moving forward because they don't know how many more migrants are going to show up, and they don't know what to, quite frankly, do with the migrants that they have already. And with the state refusing to put more money into assisting in this problem, with the federal government failing to meet the moment and to meet its obligation to take care of those who it's granted temporary asylum status to for the next 8 years. You know, Chicago taxpayers are feeling the pinch. We're seeing it as our public buildings are taken from us, our residents, and being put to uses for housing for migrants. And I think that the frustration is going to reach a boiling point this year, particularly as the Democratic National Convention comes to highlight all the great policy of the Democratic Party, which I belong to, while simultaneously trying to ignore the problem that they've created with a broken immigration system.
We're seeing it on the streets of Chicago. I was talking to a member of my team that we're seeing families, moms with little kids on the streets, unlike anything we've seen even through these cold winter months in Chicago. As you talk to the migrants who have arrived in your community, Alderman, what are they telling you about why they came to the U.S., their expectations compared to what they are now facing?
Well, overwhelmingly, a majority of the individuals that came through our borders want to work. They wanted something better. And, you know, I still love the fact that we are the country that everyone aspires to get to. But we have to remember something, that they are basically manipulating the asylum process at the behest of President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas, leapfrogging over all of those millions of individuals who came here for the very same reason, and are expecting some sort of support, and they're not getting it. They're seeing the harsh realities of what it's like to be in America without any kind of support when you come straight off the boat, as the saying goes. You know, they don't know what to do at this point because they are trying to figure out how to make ends meet. There are a majority of them who just, like I said, want to work. They're not necessarily looking for assistance, and they are being handcuffed because if they try to use some sort of illegal papers or what have you to gain work, they're going to jeopardize their asylum claim and then be deported because of that. So I think Congress really needs to step in and decide, one, how they're going to address the fact that you have people here on meritless asylum who are going to want to stay, as well as recognize that you still had millions more here who've been waiting for a pathway, waiting for legalization, like our DACA, who've been completely ignored and forgotten by both parties.
Right. So the two issues here, rental assistance once these evictions happen, and then the work permits. So in order to apply for and receive a work permit, asylum seekers must have temporary protected status. But as you know, many do not. So what is that process looking like right now in your community? How do they get it?
Well, right now there is a mixture of not-for-profit and city agencies working together, trying to submit the applications. I think we have had about 1,000 people apply out of the 34,000 people that are here in the city of Chicago. It is a slow and arduous process. And again, it relies on people willingly coming forward to participate in that process. But at the same time, many of these asylum claims are not going to be adjudicated for 6 to 8 years. And what are these individuals going to do in the meantime? The temporary status, that's not a long-term solution. The only way that we can actually find resolution to this is to adjudicate these asylum claims quickly and expediently within a 6-month time frame, not a 6-year time frame, because if they are found to be without merit, if they are found not be qualifying for asylum, then they're going to be deported. And in 6 to 8 years from now, are they going to willingly come back to self-deport, as the saying goes, when they are told that they don't have grounds to stay?
It's a political hot potato. It has gone nowhere so far in Congress. Are you optimistic anything will change prior to the November election to help your community and others?
Sadly, we have seen where the broken immigration system has benefited both parties politically, because it allows them to point the fingers at the other, at a system that is failing, rather than them coming together to work for the greater good of the United States. I don't believe that the current members of Congress are going to come together, because no one's going to want to give the other guy a win. The sad part is the only true loser here is the United States of America.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.